Hey everybody, Jack here from the Hunting Page Pulse, and we've got another great episode here on the Pulse, and we're going to walk through some really interesting things that are going on in the just overall what's going on in this world right now with COVID-19, coronavirus, social distancing, quarantine, all those different things, and how they're affecting you as the sportsman, as the hunter, as the fisherman out there. And that's exactly it. That's what we're going to go through today. We're going to go through some different changes and regulations. And you know what? I want you guys to comment below the description, comment on this video, and tell me what's going on in your state. What changes are you hearing? What things are coming on? Because honestly, it's really fluid and there's no real good way to continuously be up on it. Other than going to the state agencies' blogs and their websites and seeing what's really going on. So I'm going to go into what I have heard, what I've seen, and tell me and comment below what you think about that and what that state is doing. So first one, here in this state of Indiana, they have extended the last year's licenses. So a 2019 through 2020 license that would usually go up to the end of March 31st and it would be done and you'd have to buy a new one. They've extended that to May 22nd. So basically right now, if you haven't bought a fishing license for the next season, you don't need to until May 22nd. It gives you the ability to go out there and fish right now on last year's license. Now, obviously, you still need to carry last year's license. You need to still think about bag limits. You still need to think about all the different regulations that go into just being on a body of water. But it's pretty cool that that state is doing that. In addition, turkey season, they haven't done anything new with that. They have basically said, well, you still need your hunting and fishing license. You still need your turkey pit permit. You still need your hunting stamp that you would get with that. So nothing's changed there. On contrary, there's some other states that are doing some things different. We'll talk about Missouri, another state that's pretty close here to Indiana, but one I know well just because I keep up with it, and that's where I'm from. They've suspended all the fishing requirement, fishing license needs as well. So basically, you can fish right now without a license. All the bag limits still are in effect. All the different regulations are still in effect, but right now, they're allowing you to go out there and hunt and fish easier than you ever had. And I like that. I think that is an awesome way for people to honestly get out there and enjoy the outdoors and just continue to be mentally sane. I think, we are in our houses all day long. We're working from home. We're doing all these things. We need to get out there and enjoy the outdoors. Vitamin sun, right, is the best one to cure the whole craziness that's going on in our minds, and fresh air and all those things. I wrote down some other ones here that are not quite the same regulations as what we're seeing in Missouri. And, I think they probably have some good intentions, but I think, in my opinion, some of them are kind of flawed intentions. So we think about Oregon, right? Really close to the epicenter of where things happened in Washington. They are shutting down all non-resident hunting, fishing, crabbing, and clamming effective tomorrow, which I agree with. And then I think is a good strategy from a non-resident perspective, but the implications could be pretty big, right? You think about non-residents, they're going to be coming in from either Washington, California, Idaho, around that state, and that could bring that coronavirus across state lines. So I get the non-resident thing, and I think that's great, but I think that those states are very dependent on non-resident hunting, fishing licenses, right? That's a big revenue, and not only that, it's going to potentially affect, the different funding that the states get. And yeah, we don't know how long this is going to go on, but if it goes on really long, it's going to be interesting to see what effect it finally has. Another one, Montana Fish and Wildlife Parks have suspended all spring non-resident turkey and black bear hunting until April 24th. So non-residents, they can't get anything right now. And honestly, I bet you if this continues to go longer than the next 2 weeks, which would be getting close to that April 24th timeframe, they're going to end up extending that even longer. And then basically they're going to be shutting off all their non-resident hunting and fishing licenses that are spring related or summer related. So that is a huge hit on the fishing that goes on in Montana, on the black bear hunting, the different funds, and it's going to trickle down to all the different agencies that book hunts, like Worldwide Trophy Adventures, tags, just overall the state agencies that bring in money from all of those state fees. That's going to be stopped for pretty much the spring. So big implications there. Another one, Ohio. All non-resident hunting and fishing licenses sales for 2020 season have been suspended. Non-resident hunters are anglers who have already purchased their tags and licenses are still allowed to hunt or fish, but they must self-quarantine for a minimum of 14 days after traveling to the state. That's a really interesting bylaw, I guess you could say, in there. Who is going to go on a hunt in Ohio and spend more than 14 days there? Well, I don't know about anybody. I mean, you're going to book a hunt and the hunt's going to be a 4 to 5, maybe at the max a 7-day hunt, even if it's turkey related. So now they're basically saying, don't come into our state, even if you have already bought a non-resident license. So that's just crazy in my mind. But still, I think, in my opinion, the thought behind it is right. Don't have people coming in more than what they need to. And then they put that little disclaimer on it that says you have to self-quarantine, and now nobody's going to do it. So all those people who bought those licenses basically are null and void. They can't come and do it, right? Who's going to be able to afford the 14 days in a hotel on top of the 3 days or 4-day hunt that you already have? I mean, that's just mind-boggling. Some states have basically extended the opportunity to get people outdoors. Some states have completely closed it off. There's some states actually out there that have suspended everything, not only for non-residents, but residents. You can't even put a line in the water right now, which you tell me what you think about it. But in addition, I like the states that are going above and beyond, and they're basically saying, you know what, we know that this is a big state, and this is a state that you need to be out there and be able to go and enjoy the outdoors, whether that's fishing or turkey hunting. They're allowing you to do that, and they're basically using this as a strategy, and I think more states should be using this as a strategy to make more hunters, right? A person who said, well, I've never been able to really go out fishing because I just really don't want to pay for the tag or anything that's involved with it. Right now, they're suspending that. So they're saying, hey, get out there and try this. Later, if you like it, maybe you'll buy another tag. So I think there's a future thought there with some of those states that I think is pretty amazing. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Check out the last Pulse episode where we kind of talk about why hunters are prepared for the coronavirus, and we can talk about some of that stuff too. So comment on this video, tell me what you like about this video, and also comment what you want to hear from us here on the Pulse and what we should bring to you. So that's it today for the Pulse. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to our channel here. We're going to be bringing you one of these every single week, and we're going to continue to do this for as long as we can. Right now, I am kind of practicing here with my traditional bow. I'm going to try to kill a turkey with my traditional bow this year, and so I'm practicing shooting sitting down, and I'm practicing kind of shooting from a interesting position where I might be in the blind. So this is just kind of my self-quarantine, my social distancing practices, is just to get out here and shoot my bow in the backyard. And I think I'm getting there. I think under 10 yards, that turkey's gonna be he's gonna be in trouble. So thanks for watching this week on the Hunting Page Pulse, and tune in next week for another episode on the Hunting Page here. Subscribe, like this video, comment. Hey, we love you guys.